Yes, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas is gone. Spurs have they beaten Wolves? I think that's who we played. Have we beaten Wolves? Have we lost to Wolves? New manager mounts, Gary O'Neill. At least you can probably work out when I'm recording this. Big up to you all, guys. The Lille job is on. This is the pre-season. What am I going to title this one? Pre-season pressures. Can we actually build a Lille side that is going to be competitive this season? We finished 11th. We had a bit of an okay end to the season. As I say, not a great end to the season. But when we joined after and beat Auxerre. We won. We beat Lyon. Lost to Rennes. We had a bit of a drop-off against Le Havre. Got a good result against Monaco and Nice. They were teams above us. So we had a bit of a top and tail sort of end to it. But for us now, it's about building for the next season. We've got a lot of players that we had on loan. There's going to be just this guy, Matthias Tielemans, who's going to be joining us permanently from Sassuolo for 200 grand. We've got a big wage deficit here that we need to start looking at players that we've got in on high wages, if they're actually any good. If we look at their contracts, the likes of Angel Gomez, who's probably our best player, he's on a high wage. Akafor wanted by Brentford. We've got some players on quite high wages, but they're all decent. This guy, Ruben Vinagre, maybe if we can offload him and get some 50 odd K back, see if we can get some money for him. 2 mil, I'd probably take that, yeah? If we get maybe 2 mil for Ruben Vinagre. This guy, he was a good squad player. Some relatively okay squad players. Player like this guy, I thought wasn't very good. I didn't think this guy was very good. If we can get a little bit of money maybe for him, yeah, I'd probably take 11 mil for him. He wasn't very good when we brought him in. Happy to let him. Nabil Bentaleb, again, I think he's leaving anyway to Stud and Grants. If we look at contracts as well, if we look at players that are going to be leaving, we've got quite a lot of players out of contract. Now, if I go to here, any of these lot above are out of contract. Marco, this guy was good, by the way. I thought Marco Friedel was decent. He was on loan from Roma. This Torres, I thought another... if we can keep retaining him on loan, I'd be happy with something like that. Let's see what we can get for him. But the problem with that is 21 mil. They want 21 million pounds for him. I haven't got a budget. I'm happy. I wasn't massive. Again, this guy, Faris, another player, wasn't massively enamoured with. I'm happy to let all of them go back out that went on loan. Have we got anyone in the sort of team that I go, do you know what, we need to keep a hold of them? I'm happy to let all of them go, to be honest. What I'll do, you know what I always do, I like when we're prepping for a new season. Let's see, players that I don't want, I'm going to just dump in the under-age 19s and use that as my sort of pen for players that aren't very good. So anyone out of contract, only this guy is the only one I'd go, do you know what, it's worth keeping, but I'm not I don't think he's that good. He's very little money, but everyone out of contract I'm not going to re-sign, so they're leaving. And I'm not fussed if they go. Now we look at what else we've got. Have we got anyone in this team that we can make a little bit of money on? That would be great. Like some of these lads, like this lad, look, I think we keep a hold of. Looks a good player in prospect. Good aggression. Good finishing for a shot. Do you know what? This is a sort of player, 18-year-old, I'm happy to promote. I think he could be a good second striker. Needs to grow a bit more. But he's one I'd happily keep. This guy's a winger. He was in the team. He's a good centre midfielder. Another player. We've got to keep these youngsters in. I think we've got to build from the youth in this team. Let's see what we've got down here. We've got a real meh players as well. Yeah, players like this guy, not very good. So I'm happy to let any of these guys leave. They're not great. What about this guy? This guy's 18. He's a left back. Oh, he's absolutely awful, isn't he? He's awful. Right. Players like these lot, I'm happy to let go. They're going in the under 18. So I'm just trying to build the squad. Ruben Vinagre. If we can get him out, we get a little bit of money for him. Same with Booth. This time, guys, we're not going to spend loads and loads of money. We can't afford to spend loads and loads of money. We've got to... The board has set us a budget of £32 million. I think we've got, first of all, got to reduce the wage bill. Reduce the wage bill before anything else. I do apologise, I need to drink something. So yeah, so let's reduce the wage bill. Everton have qualified for the Europa League, so they've done well since we've been there. Let's have a look. So I think we could probably dabble in free transfers at the moment. Let's dabble in a couple of free transfers. I think a left back is very important. Let's have a look. Anyone available that could just do a shift for us? Robin Gersons? Short-term loan deal at left back, maybe? Altara is available. He's 23, can play left back at Monaco. He could be okay. I'm going to get a scout report on Altara. He could be okay. Let's have a look. So I like the idea of him. Edu Sanchez, who's a 22-year-old at Barcelona. Spaniard. I think he's possible, maybe. He doesn't look too bad. He's not the best, by the way. I mean, his crossing's a bit meh, but... David Jurasak, 27-year-old Czech international. Now, he don't look too bad. He's one I could just see we could get... I just think we need a bit of... We need to just get in players of depth. I think we need another DM. I think we played with those two DMs that we were doing. Was really quite clever. Do you know what? Højbjerg could be a good signing for us. I think I think we could get someone at Højbjerg in. Oh, he's already joining Leon. Maybe not. We can't get him in. Let's have a look. You got to remember now, we're now looking at a different market, right? A different market. Renato Tapia, always been one of those like lower down teams. I think he could be a good signing at DM. He is 32 though, but he could be short term. And I think we also need someone, just another maybe striker if we can get in. Sergio Cordova. He's okay, nothing special. Let's have a look. Harry Kane's available. Imagine if we got Harry Kane from Al Ittihad. That'd be hilarious. Zeki Amdouni, by the way, isn't a bad shout. Oh, he's joining Montpellier. See, we should have been preparing for this. I think loan deals is probably where we're going to get players at the moment. Jens Odegaard. We'll scout him. Not sure about him. Patrick Schick's at Marseille. He's joining AZ Alkmaar. Myron Badu joining Paris FC. There's a young Hosselu guy who plays at Valencia's B team. Odsonne Edouard. He's kind of fallen off, hasn't he, really, on that. Do we bring Timo Werner in, by the way? Do we bring Timo Werner in Lille? I'm not actually against it. Not a great deal, actually. His finishing's atrocious. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're not going to do that. I know the chat would lose their mind if I signed Timo Werner. Do you know what, though? Macaulay Langstaff. Oh, do you know what? It sounds mental signing a player from League One. But Macaulay Langstaff at 31, by the way. Amazing finishing he could have. It just isn't technically great, but he's a goal scorer. I'm not against that. I won't think it won't work, though. Let's have a look if there's anyone else floating about. Really, there's not much, is there? We may need to just see. Is there anyone that we've already scouted that could be a shout? Oh, not a bad. He's not bad. This guy's a good midfielder, by the way. For a 31-year-old Argentinian, Lucas Roberton isn't bad. He's a good player. He's good technicals, good vision, good off the ball. He'd be a nice advocate at number 10, and can play centre mid. But how much will this guy? He's only on 18 grand a week, by the way. He wants 38 at 31. Now, if I can get him for around about 30k a week, I think that could be what I would call sensible signing. I think that's a good signing. 2-year deal. Wait, Pablo Torre? Nah, is he available? By the way, this kid is a decent attacking midfielder. Another one, I'm getting him in. Pablo Torre. Can play him in the 10. Again, it's one of those, if I can get him relatively cheap on a free from Barcelona, I'd happily get him in on a cheap deal. I think he's a good player. 20 grand a week, happy with that. Alan Chapat, who's at Grenoble in the second division. Good strength, good jumpings. Rest of it, meh. Nah, all the scouting, but nah. Could we get? Is it wild if I try and get Laporte, or even a Sabitzer? Sabitzer, I wouldn't even. Sabitzer, by the way, in that sort of DM, technicals are great for me, by the way. Sabitzer's a technically great player. Good fitness, by the way, for the age of 34. Great work rate, great teamwork. He's the sort of guy you give the captain's armband to. Not badly against that. The only problem is 84 grand a week. If he wants that sort of money, that's madness. He's another guy to look at. Fawaz Al Sapor. No, he's awful. No, he's not even worth scouting. Gnabry. 32-year-old Serge Gnabry. Another one of those wide players that you go, do you know what? On a free, let's see. And I'd have him out on that left. Do you know what? A 2-year deal for a Gnabry adds a bit of depth out wide. I'll take that. If I can get him for around about 50 grand a week on a 2-year deal. A little bit of it. Do you know what we need at the moment? We just need to get a little bit of experience in this team. And I think that's a good signing. Right. I'm going to try and get those three. Roberton, Tor, and Gnabry. I think at the moment, that ain't bad. That is 100 grand on wages, but no transfer fee. Develop players using the youth system. We're doing that. Make the most of set pieces. We did that. Minimum 3-year contracts yet. That's fine. And the aim at end of next season is to qualify for the Europa League. Season after that, qualify for the Champions League. Right, here goes. We're going to let the likes... Who else went in from? Gladbach went in from. Offers for Booth. Do you know what? £11.5 million, I'll take that for him. I wasn't enamoured by him. I didn't think he was a very, very good football player in that defensive midfield role. For me, I want our DMs to be the hard workers that can go in with tackles and be a bit aggressive. Ruben Vinagre for Al Riyadh. Again, let him go for that. That's those sort of players that will pull us £13 million of player and pull 100 grand off, 93 grand off the wage, and bring in 100 grand in those 3 players that we're going to bring in. Happy with that. We do need to go and spend money on a left back though. Really need a left back in. Hamburg beat Sociedad 7-1 in the Europa League final. Wow, okay. Yeah, they signed him. Not what Akafor was a good signing. He was alright for us. This guy is the one, by the way, that I think we've spent money on him this season. He's going to be the one we have to build around. Looks a good player. So for me, at the moment, if I look at our tactics, we go, remove that. For me, the anchor is going to be Miramon and McTominay there. Those two have to play in those roles, breaking up the play. On the right, Diakabe, Dariabai, whatever his name is, and Brazia. That's the two there. The left back is the killer. We haven't got a left back. That's what we got to go and buy. On the right, I think we've got Otavio there and Akafor there. But I think at the moment, if we can get... where is he? Where is that guy? Yeah, Vincent Charlotte. We've got to get him playing games next season, or at least coming off the bench and improving for me. I think left back's important now. We're bringing the two lads, the two midfield lads in. I think they're good signings of going up the pitch in the likes of Tor and Robertson. I think these guys are good going forward. They can kind of play in that sort of attacking, talk about on the left, and just add a bit of depth up there. And Nabry as well. And those three are going to be attacking options. Left back though for me now is that's a signing that we have to go and get and sign. That's a signing, a left back. I think we've got to go and buy a left back. And it can't be a free. We've got to go and spend money on a left back. Ooh. Oh no, he's not going to be available. Left back. Let's have a look. We could look for a loan. Anyone loan listed. If we can get someone on loan, would be worth it. It's relatively decent. Ooh. Scout him. He's a 19-year-old that plays at Bayern Munich, sorry. He could be good. Let's have a look. I think if we can get a good left back in, I don't mind spending a little bit of money on a good left back if it means it improves us. We just can't. We're not in the market of that sort of level though. Nuno Tavares, who's at Eintracht Frankfurt, could be a shout. This guy's on a free. Is he out of contract? I just don't know if it's worth spending. Is he worth getting in on it? Who wants him? Few clubs in like the Championship. Alexa Terzic. Good pace. Rest is all a bit mid. This guy's meant to be good. I've signed him before in other saves. He's a bit average though. Let's get a few players scouted. I can't go through them all now. Scout a few players. Oh, Ian Matson, by the way. I could bring Ian Matson over from Villa. But I don't know how much they'll want for him. They want nearly 30 mil. Do you think I could get him on loan with an option to buy? We can't. Oh, we have to wait. Vinagra's left now for... we've got rid of one player. Booth wants to stay. And he's rejected Lille. So he rejected Fiorentina and Genoa. That's mad. Right, okay. He can stay, I don't mind. I think the plan this season is not to spend loads of money. Let's get a few free players in. Let's use that as a sort of a base, because I think what we did at I went a little bit crazy at Villa. Went and bought a load of good players, and it didn't really. I bet they'll go and do well now, because now they'll have a season of playing. There we go. Lucas Roberto, the 31-year-old attacking midfield from Almira. I think that's a good bit of business. He's a good player, and he adds a bit of depth to us in midfield. Hopefully we can get Gnabry. Gnabry's the one I really want to get in. I think even at 32, I think he'd be brilliant for us. On the left and on the right. Even up top, he could be a bit of a striker as well if we needed to. Gladbach got Gnabry. Damn. He's going to Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's gutting. It's fine. It is what it is. He rejected Lille to go to Gladbach. That's unlucky. Look, if he went there, I'm not against it. It's fine. It is what it is. I mean, they offered more. Tour, though, this is a signing. I think this is a good signing. Pablo Tour potentially has a lot. We've got a good player here. Brentford wanted him as well. I think that's a good signing at Lille. And he can play on the left. He can dart around. And we'll play this sort of 4-2-3-1 setup. So we've got in 3 players. This guy's signing as well. Not massively excited by him. He's not very good, but... I just want to get a left back. I think the key one for me, left back, is so key for us. Who did we sign that's great? This guy's okay for us. I can't really get rid of him. He's all right. He was sort of squad depth. Tyrell Malacia. Malacia I'm not against. Again, it's a lot of money. The problem is some of these left backs are decent, but they're a lot of money. And like you got to think, paying like 30 mil for a left back, we're not in that market really. Luca Ranieri. He's okay. He's okay. Oscar Basigli. He looks okay. Maxime Esteve. Now he don't look too bad. As a defensive left back. Decent pace. His dribbling's not great, so I'd want him to play more, a bit more like a no-nonsense sort of fullback. His crossing's not great, really. Probably could play him centre half, I could. Maxim Henning, who's a youngster at Man United. Who did they sign him from? They signed him from Bayern Munich. He looks okay. 28-year-old Philippe Relvas. Another like sort of centre-back / left-back. Sergi Cardona, who's a 28-year-old left-back at Villarreal. Decent. We'll scout him. He looks decent enough. Harry Amas. Now, I know my thinking is this guy is a good youngster. What's the availability on someone like him? 10 mil. He's meant to be a good young left back. If I get someone like that in, I'd have to. 10 mil's a lot for a youngster though, and not an amazing one. Leif Davis is a shout. Leif Davis, great crossing, great pace. I like this. This is a signing I like. How much can we get him for? 14 mil. He does. His wages are massive though that he wants. He wants over 100 grand a week. Now that's the sort of signing I go. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, so he looks okay, but again, 100 grand a week isn't like, I'm not liking that. Brandon Williams, by the way, maybe. I'm not against it. I'll have a look at his stats fully. Lucas Ulreich, German left back who plays at Sunderland's a massive club. Decent crossing. Not bad. Let's see what he's like. Rico Henry is at Juventus. That's a shout. It's like looking, just finding that left back that goes, you know what, we're only going to be paying a little bit of money. Mikhail Faye. Is he the one that went to Barcelona? No, he's not. I was thinking someone else. Decent fitness. Decent strength. His crossing's not great. But as a centre-half, by the way, this guy's, I like this guy. And you can get him for about 10 mil. If we can get him for around about £10 million, would like a long contract. I don't mind it. He only wants 30 to 40k. Oh, I think that's a good bit of business. I'm going to try and get him in. I like Mika Faye. And I think that just adds a little bit of depth at the back as well, which would be nice. Let's see, £15 million. I think that could be a good bit of business. Who have we got here? This is Oliver Zanden. Haven't got enough on him to just make a decision. Left back at Boca Juniors, by the way. Wanted by Crystal Palace. Looks decent, by the way. Relatively good crossing. He's kind of like this Lautaro Blanco, by the way. He's one of those all-rounders that looks quite good. So that's the sort of player. Let's see how he gets on the report on it. Matthias Vigna. Who did he play at? He played at Roma, that was it. I'll have a look at him. Jamal Lewis. He's okay. I'll have a look at him, but he's not great. Alvaro Fernandez. Is that the ex-Man United lad? It is. He's at Bristol City. He wants to leave and his transfer listed. I'll ask the question on him. Let's have a look. Is there anyone that sort of stands out? I feel like we're going long. We'll do a couple more. Carl Walker-Peters, I'd have a look at, but he's on a long, big contract. Gianluca Frabotta. I think we're just trying to find. I'm just trying to find that player at the moment that fits what we need at the moment. Rennes want me to pay £18 million. Fine. What I will do is, I'm not going to pay that level of money, but I'll pay 8 up, only if it's 8 up front. We'll pay a minimum of £6.5 million up front for Mika Faye, who I think that is a 23-year-old centre-back that would do a good... I think that's a great bit of business. The problem is there's teams like Porto and some clubs from Saudi Arabia or Qatar that want him. So hopefully we can get him in. But I think he would be a good... I think he could be a good bit of business if we can get someone like that, Micaiah Faye, in. Wait, hang on. Staff. I'm gonna let other people do the job here. I'll let the chairman do all that stuff and all the people we've got around us to sign staff. Otherwise, I'll be faffing around. It's hard enough doing it just for the players, let alone starting to do it with all the others. Okay, some of the scout requests that we put in there. Luca Ranieri's okay. Calvin Bassey's a shout. Matson's okay. Tavage. Manu Sanchez would be a perfect signing, a terrific signing, they say. 20 odd mil. He looks okay. He looks a good player, Manu Sanchez. Abner Vinicius looks okay. He looks okay. Just want to get that left back where we go. Okay, I like that. I like what we're doing with him. So we've got 3 in. We want Mika Faye. Mika Faye's the next one. I want to get that job done so we can say that we've got him in. Let me turn my heater off. It's now getting really warm in here now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look who Aston Villa. Who did they appoint? I can't remember who they appointed. They appointed, oh yeah, Paul Warner, didn't they? So, senior players. Let's see if there's anyone that's... They want Bruno Zappelli to go. I'm going to try and see if I can get him in on loan, you know. I think he would be a decent attacking mid... Actually, no, we've already got some. We can't even do loan deals at the moment. I don't know why I'm trying it. We had 5 loan deals. Yuri Tielemans. He was on 150 grand. Wait, what I'm going to do with those, see if I can recall those, send those loan deals that we did have back. I don't think we can terminate them. We're going to have to wait until we can, those are gone. We're going to have to take advantage of the loan system. This guy, by the way, would, I think I'm still debating if we should sign Marco Friedel. 6 mil, by the way. And he did a good job at left back for us. I still want to get another left back, but I might. Let's have a look. What was the deal they said? 11 option of 11.5. I'm not paying that. I want to see if I can get him for about £4 million. They want 9. Right, I'm gonna really be stingy with them here because he's a good player, but I'm not wanting to pay loads and loads of money for him. 6.5 mil. They want 8.5. Sorry, I'm blind, by the way. You probably noticed. Right. Let's try something like this. Not. So, sorry guys, I'm trying, I'm not talking much, I do apologise. I'm so focused on trying to get this team to be successful. This has now become 4-time lucky at a club. Didn't work at Man United. I'd say I was successful at Everton, to be fair. I left in the means to try and do better. But I'm here now. The left back situation, by the way, is at the moment, the left back situation is the, oh man. Is this guy worth getting in? I'm going to wait, actually. Do you know what I'll do? Let me wait until the loan players that we have here are going back, and then we basically can play with 5 loan players. I think that might be more sensible. Let's get to the window. Hopefully we can bring in this Mika Faye. Let's try and bring him in. And I think that's an important one if we can get him in. There, yes, let's go, man. I'm really happy we signed him. He can play left back. Oh, Otavio wants to leave. Right, if he wants to go, I'm not against it. $12 million. We get 12 mil for a 33-year-old Otavio. I'm not against that. I think that'll be good business. They got him in on a free, so he's on a 72. We've just signed an attacking midfielder, so if he wants to go to a Champions League squad, a Champions League team, I'm happy to let him go. So if we can get someone that will pay £12 million for him, I'll be happy with that. Bringing in Mika Faye, by the way, I think that's really important for the way that we play and defend. He can play that. He can be that left-sided centre back. Adds a lot, and he's only 23, and I think he's probably going to be our best, if not second best, left back. Is he a left back or a right back? He can play both. He's right-footed though. So ideally, what we want to do, guys, we're gonna do the whole. If we can try and get the whole pre-season done. I think our goal this year is to get into the Europa League. I think we've made it. There's a clear indication at the club. Europe has to happen. We're making really good buys. Sensible buys is what I call them. How long we got up to? All the way up to here is where we want to be getting to. We might need to buy somebody else. Let's see if there's anyone else that's linked with a move away. Anyone in that sort of list there can go. Oh, wait, hang on. Who have we got else here? We've got players that went out on loan this season, by the way. I hadn't even realised. Any of these? Helder Sarr can play left back. Let's have a look. Move these guys to seniors. So, ideally, I want to see what those players that we had out on loan, can they do it? He's joining Monza. Okay. Are we getting money for him to join Monza? I don't think so. He's probably going on a free. That's fine. Not against it. He can go. Lincoln, a Brazilian 27-year-old. Now, is he worth keeping? Good strengths. His he's not got great for a striker that he's not got great finishing. He's got to go. If we can get some money for him, we'll try and get as much money for him. He's not very good. Helder Sarr at left back, 25-year-old Portuguese player, played at he was at Mafra last season. Again, another one, not a great player. Okay, cool. If we can get a little bit of money for him, I'll take it. We'll let him go out on a free. Well, not free, but let him go on loan. Joe Hodge, an Irishman who was on loan at Melbourne Victory. Can he play in this team at 25? He was at Huddersfield and Man City. I mean, he's okay. I don't think he's that good, though. He's leaving it. He's already agreed a deal, so I'll move him out. So I'm happy for... Oh, who's this guy? This guy didn't look at a striker. 23-year-old on loan at Arong. How did he do last season? Scored 7 goals in the Portuguese... Is that the Portuguese league? Yeah, he won. He scored 7 goals in the Portuguese league. I'm not against him. He's okay. He can go there because I don't want him. I don't want him. He's not very good. Joe Hot. This is another guy, left back that was on loan. Batiaka. I'm not even going to butcher his name. He's okay at left back. His crossing's not great. What's his defending like? He's okay. He's one of those. He's one of those. He was at Besiktas last season. I'll keep him in for squad depth. The Kazakh left back. Centre back, 25-year-old Zay Victor. Was at Le Havre last season. We'll keep a hold of him. I think we can keep a hold of him for now. They're okay players. What's that? Hodge. I don't know if he's going to be any good. No, I'm going to let him go. Joe Hodge doesn't really fit what I need. Yeah, let him go to Oxford. He's out of contract anyway, so I'm happy to let him go up and leave anyway. Is he out of contract? Is he out of contract, this guy? This fella's out of contract. Do you know what? I'll trigger this guy's extension. I don't know if I'm going to play him or not, but I'll keep him here. This guy's still got a contract, so he can stay with us. Zay Victor has 1 year left. He can stay. Right, okay. Okay. That's the plan. 19-year-old goalkeeper. Mets want him. I don't know why they'd want him. I don't know. So we brought in Mika Faye. Oh, I get great business. It's a centre half who's relatively good. Great fitness, by the way. Oxford have got him for Hodge. I'll let him go. He's going to be out of contract anyway. I don't know why I'm messing around with that. I'll do it another time. Oh, come on! This guy's linked with... he's linked with some big clubs, by the way. I'm going to try and get him on a new contract. He's been linked with a load of players, right? I put him on a 55 grand a week contract. I think linked with a few clubs. I'll also, whilst I'm there, I'll trigger his extension. So I just want to stop the likes of Liverpool snooping around. Get him on a new deal. And hopefully that will mean it will push him on a 5-year contract. And if we do have to sell him, Bruno Zappelli, man. I'd love to bring him back. I brought him in at Villa. Let's see what they're doing transfer-wise. I've signed some more right players for him. Morgan Rogers has been linked with Chelsea and Tottenham. Not shocked by that. Boubacar Kamara was a top player for us when we were there. Samuel Illing Jr. could be a thoughtful one. I thought he was good for us at Villa. Illing Jr. We could try and maybe bring him in and play like a wide man. Let's try and see if we can get him for like a cheap bit of business. Something like that would be good. Amadou Onana doesn't want to sign a new contract. Again, that's a DM, by the way, that I'd have. I was saying about getting strength at the back. Get him for 5 mil. Amadou Onana would be a lovely bit of business. It's just if we could pay the guys wages. I'm happy to bring sort of these guys along for the ride. Something like a £6 million deal, which we can pay it over in instalments. I'd have him in. He was a good player for us. Let's see. They may not want to join us because they didn't want to stay with me but we might bring those two in from Villa. Amadou Onana, by the way, I think would be a great buy. If we get Onana, I'll go. I'm going to try and make the deal around about 7.5 million. Let's see, Illing Jr. Onana's the one I'd like. I want a midfielder that just improves us defensively in that sort of DM role, who I think could really, really improve us. Southampton have gone in for Onana. Now we've got to go again, I think. Let's have a look. Illing Jr. 9 million could be I think that could be a smart bit of business, maybe. I'm not sure if it is actually. I don't know. I'll see. Hodge is going to not. Let's see what sort of deal would he want. I'll see. I may not do the Illing Jr. But Onana though is one I would definitely be encouraging if we can get that in. There you go. Onana, I could do a good deal with. That's a great bit of business, by the way, to get Onana in. Come on. I'd love I would absolutely love Amadou Onana in my team. They rejected that. They just accepted it, though. They now want more money. I can't really give them loads of money at the moment up front. I'm going to say £4 million. Okay, we'll do that. I don't mind. I want to try and get... They're trying to push me with the Onana deal. But look, I don't mind it. I think it could be a good business to get him in. I think he improves what we've got at the club. This guy's a good striker. Oh. Strasbourg have offered Kono a deal. Should I keep this guy? He's not. He doesn't want to sign a new deal anyway. Okay. Let's see, if we get Onana in, I think that improves us defensively in our midfield situation. I think that's so important for us at the moment. This guy looks like a good midfielder, by the way, but doesn't really fit what we need. At the moment, we've got 3 players coming in, potentially 2 more, probably only 1 more. Monaco now going for Onana. Oh, this is going to be painful, man. Everyone that we want is trying to get him in. Let's have a look who's on here, on this list of players. As I said, I need to really get to the loan players that we have in. We get 5 loan players, so we can really use that to our advantage. There we go. Ignacio Milamon commits his future. That is important to us. Him in that anchor does a grand job for us. Him and McTominay and if we can get a Nana, that's even better. Bristol City have gone in for... Oh, they've offered 25 mil. We're going to reject it for now, but I'm debating that. That ain't a bad shout. Benfica got it for him. I'd have had him. He's a good player. Ealing Jr. I am going to sign Ealing Jr. I think he might do a job for us. He's a good squad player, Ealing Jr. Strasbourg signed Kono, so that's kind of the replacement for that Kono lad. So I think that's a good bit of business. We just need to get the loan players that we had in out, so we can bring in, I think, a few more loan players, and then hopefully Anana is accepted to go to Valencia. Damn, that's annoying. I would have loved to get him in. Damn. That's good business from Valencia. Clermont Longley has gone to Metz. Gaston Avila, the guy we brought in to Villa Park for 20 mil. Yeah, we're not paying that 40 odd mil. That's mad money. Right. Let's get to... I'm not sure why, but it hasn't... They haven't got any friendlies. We need to do some friendlies quickly. Let's do that quickly. And then we'll do a couple of away friendlies. Go to Barcelona. And then Atletico Madrid away. Play some bigger clubs. Okay. Oh, they did put friendlies in the end anyway. Okay. Ah, that's fine. We'll get to July, and then we'll finish it. Man United signed him. This guy, is he on my list of players to keep a hold of? Not really. He doesn't look very good, does he? Who won him? Troyes? Yeah, gone. Arda Güler, by the way. I don't know. We could get him in. If I could get him in on loan again and keep bringing Arda Güler wherever I can, that'll be someone I'd love to get on loan. And hopefully we can get a bit of money in now for some players, hopefully. Well, Aaron Hickey has gone from Brentford to PSG, by the way. Mad money that is for him. £48 million. What business that is for Brentford. Yeah, we'll get to the 1st of July. Get a few players out. Loads of players out. We're bringing in at least 2 more players in Tor and Robertson. We've already brought in Ealing Jr. We brought in we've already brought in Faye at centre half. So I think we've got some loan players out. The players that we have that have been on loan are going to come back. Otavio wants to leave, but my point is no one wants to sign this guy. I'm happy to get 12 mil for him. Crepin Turan, that's a good sign of Atalanta. Angel Gomez has had a big boy offer now. What do we do if we lose Angel Gomez, by the way? What's that? £65 million. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to say no, because I think I can get a better offer for now. He's the star man at the club. He might want to leave, though. If Angel Gomez does want to go, I'm happy. I'll use him to use the money, and I'd replace him with Arda Güler, I think. Right, hang on. Heldasar. Let's see. I'll happily get that money for him. That'll do. That'll be fine. I'm happy to get money for Heldasar. He's not very good. Real Sociedad, Marseille and Villarreal. We've got to get in here. Optional fee of 55 mil. Yeah, we're doing that. If we can get him in, we'll get Arda Güler in. Still only 23. And if we can get into the Champions League, that'll be even better. Juventus won our 26-year-old defender, who's got, what, 3 years left on his contract. Right, Arda Güler deal accepted. We've got to make the move to bring Güler in from Spurs. Right, guys, much love to you guys. I will love you and leave you on that part. We will be back again on... I'm trying to remember what day it is. Back again tomorrow. No, back again tomorrow. I'm forgetting what day it is because these are all pre-recorded. Look, guys, thank you so, so much. Have a lovely time. I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully, Güler is back under me. Let's see. Take care, guys. See you soon. Peace and out of there.